Let's rank every auto farm we have in our Survival Forever world. Hi, this is Victus. Thank you for tuning in. I've built a number of auto farms for my friends and I to use in our Forever world, and I wanted to rank them all from my least to most favorite. This ranking is mostly about their utility and usefulness to us overall, but a little bit of my opinion and flair will be sprinkled into these rankings for fun. Coming in at dead last is our cactus farm, and I can't believe I'm putting cactus last, especially since this was my first auto farm, and for a time it was really quite useful. So useful that I actually have 3 of these throughout our city. I thought for a while it was the best way to pile up lots of experience for enchanting when needed, and for a time it accomplished just that. The problem is, as we got more secure with our gear, set up trade halls, and got mending, the value for all of this fell off to just about nothing. If I need experience, I'll visit the trade hall. It was useful for a time, so I'm still glad that I have them, but they're basically completely obsolete now. Just the odd occasion when I need green dye, I guess. Coming in next is the kelp farm. The community seems to be much more sold on having a kelp bot than I am. Like, are kelp blocks good fuel? Sure, but it's a 9-to-1 conversion ratio, and lava bucket farms are easy to make and cover most of our smelting needs, and it's not even like coal is that hard to mass farm in a pinch either. Still glad we have it, but this honestly isn't a bot that I'd miss very much were it gone. Our string bot is actually the newest of our bots when we found a spider spawner right underneath a main section in our city. So when we did find it, I immediately went to work and set it up. String is a deceptively useful material in my opinion, and we find ourselves using it quite a bit. Some standouts include bows, which you'll always need to be able to make to repair bows, since you can't put mending on a bow if you want infinity, which we do. Additionally, string can be used to make candles, which are nice decorations for our shrines and such, and scaffolding, which we use religiously. As survival builders, bamboo scaffolding is a near must for getting up and down your builds while constructing. We use this farm quite a bit. Coming in next is our bone farm. This is a newer farm discovered by our buddy Zlek while he was tunneling deep underneath our city. Skeletons also drop bows and arrows sometimes, but I honestly don't care that much about either of those things. To me, this is all about having bone on tap. We use bone meal a lot for our builds. I've been recently developing a fishing town to the east, primarily using oak as my wooden element, so having basically infinite bone meal to plant, cut, has been a godsend. We rely on bone meal a lot and visit this farm often. Tucked in our main base is the very handy bamboo farm. I mean, it's lumber on tap. This alone probably justifies its position this high in our ranking. We basically use all of our working lumber, think chests, barrels, sticks, torches, etc., from this machine here. And since bamboo also goes into the extraordinarily useful scaffolding, that's a very nice bonus on top. We use this machine all the time. Second to last for my Autobots is our sugar bot. It took me a lot longer than it should have to appreciate just how valuable this farm is. Sugar is a component for fermented spider eyes, which are extremely useful as they make potions of weakness and invisibility, and is also the primary ingredient for potions of swiftness. So there's already a ton of alchemy utility here. But further, and most importantly to me, sugarcane can be turned into paper, which is a key ingredient for fireworks, which we live by here for our wonderful elytra flights. This is half the necessary automation to fuel our wings, and the other half, of course, comes down to our final automation, which is our gunpowder farm. This is my favorite station for a number of reasons, but primarily it's just the cool factor of having gunpowder on tap. This is a monster farm that I personally borrowed the broad strokes from Lazy and Farms video. linked in the description below. Is this their design? I don't know. It seems like everybody and their dog uses this design on Minecraft YouTube, so I don't know who to credit. I'm just here to say it's not my design. But one tweak I personally made was, in addition to carpeting the floor at the appropriate pattern to prevent spider spawns, I ultimately also trapdoored the entire ceiling. See, creepers are just a smidge shorter than other taller mobs like skeletons and zombies. So a creeper can fit under a trapdoor that's above but closed, whilst a skeleton and zombie cannot. The end result? This farm spawns only creepers. I built this before I had elytra, which was terrifying by the way. So I built a shaft that guides you into a small pool for exit. You can just drop, land in water safely, easy peasy. And then I have a soul elevator right next to it that brings you back up. If people ever want to see me make a full tutorial on what I did to modify the popular build to make this an only creeper farm, happy to do it. There are soul campfires here so that you can just AFK while the gunpowder piles, but you can certainly turn these off to manually kill the creepers with a looting sword to up your yields and get experience. We put this farm this far from town since these farms are huge and really clunky looking. It's in our secret test facility up in the Badlands that we take a high-speed rail to. It's a fun little hidden area to AFK at and let the powder pile in. We do plan to ultimately flesh this building into an awesome tower, and the fact that Runculus also uses it to make industrial amounts of gunpowder for his cannons and booms, well, that's just icing on the cake.